Let's talk lenses, shall we? I'm joined here by Tim from Sigma and a bevy. I'm not sure what the correct collective noun for a collection of lenses is. I'm going to say a bevy because they kind of look like something you might put a beverage in. In fact, I do have some cups at home that are shaped more or less like this. Anyway, enough about that. What have you got here that's new and interesting, Tim?
Yeah, so the two really interesting lenses that we just had out in the last month are these two here. So these are both primes, and they're art lenses. We've had a lot of contemporary lenses out lately, but it's really nice. So it's really nice to have a couple of art lenses. We've got a 20mm and a 24mm. They're both f1.4. Now, we had both of these lenses as DSLR versions, but we've just re-released them as mirrorless. So these are for E-mount and L-mount. And yeah, really lovely build quality, of course, as always with Sigma, and some nice little features just to very quickly go through. So we've got an aperture ring built in here, which you can de-click.
Okay.
So it becomes smooth.
Oh, that is nice. That's going to make some filmmakers very happy indeed.
Yeah, perfect for film. And you can also lock it, so you can lock it in auto, or you can lock it in non-auto. We've got an AFL button, so that can be customized depending on the camera you're using. MFL switch, so you can completely deactivate the focus ring if you want to. So switch is really nice, lockable lens hood. So loads of really nice features. And this particular one, the 20mm, it's really good for astro. And it has a lip at the top so that when you put a heat strip around, the lip doesn't fall off over the top of the lens, which is great. So really nicely well thought out lens, that. And the 24 is very similar, all of those features apart from the heat strip holder on top. Yeah, just really nice quality, and yeah, optically, of course, very good, even better than the DSLR versions. Next up, we've got a 16 to 28. So again, this is a full frame lens for E-mount and L-mount, so mirrorless lens. Really lovely, very, very compact, very good for landscapes and a bit of astro maybe, travel, that kind of stuff. Events, weddings. Yeah, that's a very nice lens. Kind of similar to our 10 to 20, I suppose, except this is a full frame, but 10 to 20 is obsolete now, but yeah. And then finally, this is an I-series lens. Now, we've got 7 I-series lenses in our range.
So for those who are less familiar with the various kind of Sigma lines, what's the I-series?
Yeah, so we've got 3 lines. There's art, contemporary, and sport, which people will be familiar with. The I-series is like a subcategory of the contemporary lineup, and we build them as kind of premium compact primes. They're very small but very high quality. We noticed that usually when a lens is small and portable, the quality's not there. They sort of tend to be cheaper lenses. So we thought, what if we could do a really nice all metal, like even the lens hood's metal, and it's got a magnetic lens cap, and it's a really nicely built thing with an aperture ring. What if we could do that and get all that quality and optical quality, but make it really small and light? So that's what we've done. And the only thing that you lose is a bit of aperture. So this is f2, whereas that's f1.4. So so it's not a quality drop. It's just an aperture change.
There are always going to be trade-offs somewhere.
Yes.
But in terms of how you envisage this kind of lens being used, would the majority of use cases maybe not really notice that difference, or maybe have that lack of speed might impact them less?
I think so. I mean, some people just shoot f1.4 all the time, and that's just their thing. But I think most people probably maybe shoot about f2 anyway. I certainly, if I'm shooting a portrait, I tend to go about f4. If you're a landscaper, you're at f8 or f11 or f16. So it depends what you're shooting. But I think for a lot of people, having that very wide aperture perhaps isn't that important. So yeah. And we've got 7 of those going from 20mm right up to 90mm. So nice range.
And you are coming out with lenses, new lenses, pretty much at a rate of knots, I think it's fair to say, Tim. What's the strategy there? Because, you come to a photography show one year and then you come next year and there's a whole wall of new lenses there, whereas other manufacturers maybe aren't quite so quick to bring new products to market. But do you know what the thinking behind that is?
Yeah, I mean, in the last 12 months, I think we counted 12 lenses released. So we've that's a lot of that's one a month. That's a lot of glass. I mean, all of our range was DSLR, of course, and we transferred some of those to mirrorless by changing the mount on the bottom. But what we wanted to do is redesign those original DSLR lenses for mirrorless from the ground up, so they're much smaller. So what we've been trying to do is get all the all our existing line over to mirrorless with a new design. So they're smaller, lighter, easier to use, new features. So I think that's the thinking. And of course, we think we've got 10 mounts on the go or so when you include Cine. So it's just I think, if you're Canon, you've only got 2, whereas if you're Sigma, you've got lots to worry about. So we just have to work a bit harder to make sure everyone's happy. So of course we're in Fuji this year. We just went into Fuji, so we've got three lenses for Fuji, which is great. So
no wonder you're busy. That all makes perfect sense. Tim, thank you so much for chatting to us here at the Photography Show. Before we wrap up, what have you made of the show so far? How excited are you to be back to a full-size show filled with people again?
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. It's COVID was so annoying that everything got put on hold, and then with the Queen's funeral, that's another. Just bad luck. It just happened to fall on the Monday, and it's right in the middle of the show. But it seems really busy today. Everyone seems really positive. Everyone's happy to be here, so it's great news.
Happy you're here as well. Tim, thank you very much for chatting to us today. Cheers.